ShareLove.Fund. Today is week 21 of our RPYT, Registered Prenatal Yoga Teacher Training. Each week we have a pose of the week. This week, week 21, our pose of the week is going to be chair pose. And we are going to integrate that into our sun salutation. And this week we will conclude all the poses in the third sun salutation version that we've learned. So please take a comfortable seated position. Let's start with centering, and then we'll review our go-to warm-up. We'll review the basic sun salutation that we've learned in week 2. We'll review one version of a sun salutation sequence that was a cumulative review of all the poses we learned in week 12. And then we will go over our other sun salutation routine sequence with all the poses, all 18 poses for that sequence, with the final pose being chair pose. And so at the end of this class, you will feel confident in knowing the basic sun salutation as a review, the first enhanced sun salutation that we learned and reviewed in week 12. So you'll have another review of that to gain confidence. And then you'll also gain confidence in a third sun salutation variation, plus our 2 warm-up versions. So at the end of this class, you'll sort of have 5 go-to routines that are all prenatal safe. So at ShareLove.Fund, we created a method to train incarcerated women to become confident yoga teachers. There's no tests or quizzes. We teach by repetition, and our go-to routines, we don't purport to say that they are gospel, but we limit the scope of what we teach, and we repeat it a lot so that anyone graduating from our program can mindlessly teach a class, feel confident that they've mastered a limited scope of material, which is enough material to be a confident yoga teacher. You can take our degree and use it to practice any style of yoga and create your own style of yoga and go beyond the scope of what we've taught. And that's fine. We're not saying that, again, what we're teaching is gospel. What we're trying to do is make being a yoga teacher, a confident yoga teacher, accessible to everyone, even regardless of literacy. And let's get started in doing that. So let's take a few centering breaths. Here, let's try to warm up our torso a little bit. As you recall, to be prenatal safe, we cannot torque our torso, so no twists, but we can bend side to side, keeping our back straight. And let's continue the breathing. So take a few breaths here. If this feels too much on one side, feel free to come out of it and come to the other side, or modify as you see fit. As we discussed in prior class, you can always come to child's pose. Nothing in yoga should hurt. Breathing into the tension. As your mind wanders, you can draw your attention back to your breath. We'll inhale, arms up, and shrug the shoulders down. I'm going to just grab something to warm up. While we're while I'm off camera for a minute, just pay attention to your breath. Breathing in and out, trying to create a circle. Fluidity. Noticing any tension to your neck, shaking it yes or no. And coming to the other side. Trying to reach with your arm while keeping your sits bones grounded. Trying to keep the alignment of your back straight. Trying to use your breath to create space in the tightness. Come to the other side. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, stop. There's modifications. You can lean forward. You can, instead of stretching your side body, you can stretch your neck instead. The point is we're trying to loosen up. The purpose of this is to loosen up and feel good. The purpose of this is not to strain anything or cause you to tense up. And we're just really stretching the side body here. We can remember that as one side lengthens, the other side contracts. And just being aware of that, depending on your size in pregnancy, there may be variations of your comfort level. You may want to use a block to restrict movement so that you can sort of ground yourself while limiting your movement, because maybe pushing yourself up on your wrist creates tension. From here, we can loosen up our hips a little bit and kind of go do the hula. Celebrating the belly. Take a moment to stretch the neck. So we'll shake out the opposite shoulder. For a deeper stretch, you can place a hand gently on your head. If that feels like too much, don't do it. Definitely consult a doctor and use your own best judgment. Nothing herein shall be construed as medical advice. This is just a guide. But every body is different, and it's not reasonable to expect in a live group class that special medical conditions can be accounted for. We'll continue to focus on our breath while we stretch the neck a little more. Inhale, breathing up, and exhale, crawling the fingers forward. If you have a larger belly, you might feel more comfortable with a blanket or bolster to lean on. Or even if you're not pregnant, that still might feel comfortable. So feel free to grab something. It doesn't need to be a fancy blanket and bolster. It can be a pile of laundry, whatever is comfortable. We'll breathe into this for a little bit. Letting go of our neck and back, feeling our sits bones grounded into the mat.
You can also use your hands to support your forehead. You can walk your fingers to one side. Now, while pregnant, we cannot torque or twist, but we can stretch the side body. So as long as your hips and torso is kind of staying together, meaning your belly button is staying to the ground, and you can stretch the side body. So as long as it feels like this, just flat, it's okay. Continuing to focus on your breath. You can think of your breath as a circle with no start or end. Walking your hands around, we'll stretch the other side. Feeling a side body stretch through the back of the arm, down your side, all the way to your sits bones. You'll feel it in your tightest point, so if you don't feel it all along that side body, you can even technically really feel it from your ankle because you're stretching that outer side of this leg through as it connects to this hip muscle, as it goes all the way up your side body. Under your arm is a big stretch, and that's also nice to keep that area loose to detect breast cancer and so forth, and then all the way through to your fingertips. So depending on where your point of tightness is, it's possible to feel it all throughout your body. Coming up
We'll take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale, shake it out. Inhale again, feeling if we feel any different on this side. And exhale. And again on the other side. We'll rotate our neck at your own pace to one side. And then to the other. From Utkatasana, easy seat, we'll continue our warm-up to cat-cow. You can have your toes curled if that feels like more support. We'll inhale, really trying to get loose, drawing our belly button to the mat. Exhale, trying to get loose, drawing the back of the spine to the ceiling. We'll take a few breaths here. If it feels good to kind of wiggle and jiggle a little bit to get deeper into the stretch, you're welcome to do that. You can go kind of try to stretch one hip and go kind of around the world here and on the other side. Breathing as we move. From here, we'll draw back to our informal pose of downward puppy. It's not really a real yoga pose, but it feels really good during pregnancy. And we'll take a few breaths here, stretching out the underarms. Widening the knees to make space for the belly. From here, we can melt down into child's pose, and you can choose one cheek to lay your head down. Allowing your sacrum to drop into your heels. On an inhale, you can come back up to downward puppy for a little stretch. And then exhale with your other cheek down in child's pose. Really just trying to loosen everything up, noticing is your jaw tense, relaxing your jaw, neck, and just trying to sink into child's pose, wide-legged child's pose to make space for the belly. From child's pose, you can come back up into Sukhasana or easy seat. So that concludes the first warm-up version of our go-to warm-ups. As I said before, in this RPYT, you'll master 2 warm-up versions. It's enough to get by as a teacher. So I'm just going to do a quick executive summary of that first warm-up. Starts in Sukhasana. Then it goes to cat, Then we do the informal pose of downward puppy. And then we go into child's pose. On child's pose, people rest their head on one side. So it's important to give students an opportunity to equalize that by resting their head on the other side. And then you come back to Sukhasana. So that is a 4-pose warm-up sequence. Pose 1, Sukhasana. Pose 2, cow, cat. Pose 3, downward puppy. Pose 4, child's pose. So again, because we learn by repetition, our first go-to warm-up is easy seat, pose 1. Cow, cat, pose 2. Downward puppy, pose 3. Child's pose, pose 4. Now we're going to do our second warm-up sequence. So our second warm-up sequence starts in Sukhasana. And we can take a centering breath here. From Sukhasana, again, we'll go into cat, cow. And from cat, cow, we will step forward to Tadasana and exhale to forward fold. From forward fold, this leads nicely into our basic sun salutation A. So our basic sun salutation A will be Tadasana, upward salute, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend, step back into plank. From plank, we go to up dog as a prenatal modification. Cobra, exhale, down dog. From down dog, we can step our feet forward, forward fold, half bend, inhale, upward salute, exhale, Tadasana. So let's do that again on the other side. So we are going to link our second go-to warm-up with our basic sun salutation. So we're warming up a little bit, gonna get rid of the leg warmers, and we'll try that again. So a way to start class, using our second go-to warm-up and linking it to sun salutation, it's like this. Welcome, have a seat in easy seat or Sukhasana. Let's take a few centering breaths. On the inhale, come into tabletop for cat, cow. Let's take a few breaths here and warm up our spine. From here, step forward into Tadasana, grounding your feet into the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back up to Tadasana, the first pose of our basic sun salutation. Inhale, arms up to upward salute, the second pose of our sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, back to plank. From plank, we do the prenatal modification of up dog, cobra, down dog. From down dog, walk or step your feet forward to forward fold. Half bend. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, Tadasana. Now let's review our sun salutation A with the added ingredients of an additional 5 poses. This is the sun salutation we reviewed in week 12. So we start with our basic sun salutation. We start with the first 8 poses of our basic sun salutation. So the first 8 poses of our basic sun salutation are Tadasana. upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Step your left foot back and then your right foot back into plank. From plank, let's do the prenatal safe modification of up dog to make space for the belly. From up dog, you can lower to cobra to the extent that it doesn't put pressure on the belly. From cobra, push back to down dog. That completes the first 8 poses of sun salutation A. Now we're going to add in our spices. Inhale, lift knee into chest, step through to between your hands. Normally, in the share method, our 45 key poses starts with revolve lunge, but revolve lunge is not prenatal safe. We can't torque our torso as discussed. So instead of revolve lunge, we'll modify with low lunge like this. From low lunge, we come up to extended side angle. From extended side angle, straighten the leg to triangle. From triangle, straighten out into warrior 2. Warrior 2, you know your arms are aligned by putting your palms up to the ceiling and back again. Soft gaze over your back hand, over your front hand. Inhale. Reverse warrior. From reverse warrior, we windmill our arms back to low lunge, the prenatal safe modification for revolve lunge. From revolve lunge, we step back to pose 8 of the sun salutation. Now we complete the sun salutation as if we never added any additional spices. We inhale the left leg forward, bring it through our hands, bring up the right leg to meet it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale all the way up to upward salute. And exhale, Tadasana. Now let's do that on the other side. So we're going to do the other side of the sun salutation sequence that we reviewed in week 12, comprised of 18 poses. Oh wait, inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, step your right foot back, and then your left to plank. From plank, we'll do the prenatal safe modification of up dog, and then down to cobra to the extent you're not putting pressure on your belly. If your belly's too big for cobra, then you can skip it, and just from up dog, you can push into down dog. Now from down dog, we're going to sneak in our spices to spice up this sun salutation by inhaling our right knee in and bringing it through our hands. From here, we are in low lunge. This is a prenatal safe modification for revolve lunge. From low lunge, we'll come up to extended side angle. From extended side angle, we'll straighten the leg to triangle. From triangle, we will come to warrior 2. In warrior 2, we'll make sure that our arms are aligned by putting our palms to the ceiling and releasing them as normal. Soft gaze over the back hand and gaze over the front hand. From warrior 2, we will lean back to reverse warrior. From reverse warrior, we'll windmill our hands forward, back to low lunge. Low lunge is the prenatal safe modification for, you know it, revolve lunge. From revolve lunge, we will step back into down dog. Now we are back where we started before we interrupted our sun salutation. So we finish our sun salutation as normal. Inhale the right knee in, bring it through your hands. Bring the left foot to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, Tadasana. So now we completed our one of our go-to warm-ups that it has some modifications for prenatal. Our second go-to warm-up, our standard one, linking it to a regular sun salutation. And then we reviewed the sun salutation we did in week 12. Now let's review our additional sun salutation sequence with 9 additional poses. So this sun salutation sequence now has 22 poses. So that's exciting. We built from 12 poses to 18 poses in a sun salutation, and now we have our maximum number of poses in a sun salutation that we'll ever provide, and this is 22 poses. Okay, so here we go. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, step the left foot back to plank. From plank, we do the prenatal modification of up dog. From up dog, we lower into cobra to the extent it doesn't put weight on the belly. You guys are doing great. We are a half an hour into it, and we have an hour to go, and you're going on strong. Thank you. From cobra, we will push into down dog. Down dog is where we slice and dice and insert our new poses into our sun salutation. So from down dog, inhale your left knee in and bring it through your hands to low lunge, which is prenatal safe modification for revolved lunge. From revolved lunge, you can step up to pyramid. For pyramid, the idea is to put your forehead on your knee. You can keep your knee bent. Walk your hands to the center. We'll do wide-legged straddle. From wide-legged straddle, our next pose is twisted wide-legged straddle, and it's not safe to twist. So as a prenatal safe modification for twisted wide-legged straddle, we can just kind of do a stretch like this. From the modification for twisted wide-legged straddle, from this modified stretch, we now go into triangle. Normally the pose here in the share method is revolve triangle, but revolve triangle is not safe. So we'll just go to triangle. It's not prenatal safe. From triangle, our next pose is revolved half moon. Again, revolved half moon is not safe. Because it torques the torso. In the last class, instead of revolved half moon, we did supported warrior 3. From supported warrior 3 as a modification for revolved half moon, we have warrior 3. From warrior 3, we have half moon. From half moon, bring our leg down to warrior 1. From warrior 1, ta-da, we have our pose of the week. Step your back leg forward and go into chair pose. Chair pose, have your sits, bones down, arms up, like you're sitting in a chair. From chair pose, we will bring our hands down, step the left foot back, then the right foot back into down dog. So now we are where we left off in the sun salutation. So now we'll finish off that sun salutation. To finish off the sun salutation, we'll bring our left knee in, bring it to our hands, bring the right foot up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, half bend, inhale all the way up to upward salute, exhale, Utkatasana. Now let's do that on the other side. So right now we're working on our 22 pose sequence. The most poses we will see in a sequence, our future sequences will also have 22 poses. that you won't get any sequences longer than this from us until you get to the RYT 300 course. But for our RYT 200 and our PYT and our CYT, our maximum sequence size is 22. Okay, so reviewing that 22 pose sequence on the other side. Inhale, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, step the right foot back, and then the left to plank. From plank, we'll do the prenatal safe modification of up dog. From up dog, we'll come down to cobra to the extent you have room for the belly. From cobra, we'll push back up into down dog. From down dog, bring your right knee in and step it through your hands. Here we are in low lunge, a prenatal safe modification for revolve lunge. From low lunge, we'll come up to pyramid. Pyramid, the idea is to put the forehead on the knee. So if you can't do that with straightening your knee, you can bend it like I am. From pyramid, we can do a stretch to wide-legged straddle. Our next pose is twisted wide-legged straddle. That's not prenatal safe, so we can sort of do a stretch like this. From this, our next pose is revolve triangle, which is not prenatal safe. So we can go like this. From revolve triangle, from revolve triangle, okay, from revolve triangle, then what I think we'll do revolve triangle on this side, sorry. It's revolve triangle like this. Okay, from revolve triangle, our next pose is revolved half moon, which is not prenatal safe. So from here, we will go to our prenatal safe modification for revolved half moon, which is supported warrior 3. From supported warrior 3, we'll come into warrior 3. And then from warrior 3, we will, go into half moon. From half moon, we'll step back into warrior 1. And from warrior 1, we'll bring our left foot forward into chair pose. From chair pose, we will exhale and step back into down dog. From down dog, we will inhale our right knee in through our hands, bring the left one, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, Utkatasana. So good job on that. Now let's lay down and do a little mat work. So we did 2 warm-up sequences, the basic sun salutation A, and then 2 enhanced sun salutations, one with 18 poses and one with 22 poses. So great work. Okay, so coming down, lying on your back, it's important to know for prenatal that if you shouldn't be on your back too long, and if it feels uncomfortable at any time, please modify and go into child's pose. So we can stretch the hamstrings by raising our legs, and this is a way to stretch the hamstrings without, like a forward fold, without bending over. If it feels comfortable and you want to work your abs a little bit, you can do some of these. From here, we will come into a happy baby with the legs wide so that there's space for the belly. In happy baby, you can rock side to side a little bit and massage out that spine, telling yourself what a great job you did. I'm going to stay here for a little bit for the folks that are less
further along in their pregnancy so that they have an opportunity to really stretch these stubborn hip muscles. But if you are further along and this is too much time on your back, please listen to your body and please come to your side or come to seated position. If it feels better for you, you can do a half happy baby with one foot down, really kind of digging into the stretch on one side. If you did that, then I encourage you to do it on the other side just for evenness. Again, rocking side to side. Usually in a yoga practice, they will tell you to grab your big toes with these fingers. That personally has felt kind of weird to me, and I feel like a deeper stretch when I hold my ankles from behind like this. So you can adjust these things to really deepen your stretch. Focusing on your breathing. Try to use your breath to elongate your stretch. From here, you can put your feet together and your arms up in cactus arms if you want. And this can be a reclined goddess pose. You also can do this sitting up or against a wall, or in our earlier videos, we showed how you can have a supported reclined goddess pose using blocks and a bolster to prop up your back. Here you may want to gently put a hand on each thigh to sort of encourage yourself to open up. Again, you can move side to side, not twisting, just to loosen out the spine. With your hands behind your neck, you can bring your chin into your chest and really try to stretch that neck to create connection with the mat. Also your back, you can think about what we did in cat-cow and trying to have your whole spine touch the mat. That's not really, that doesn't work for most people. There is a natural curve to the spine. The idea is not necessarily to reach these ideal goals. The idea is to kind of encourage your body to stretch and relax to the maximum. The maximum within the safety zone. So here we're just letting the hips naturally open up with the weight of gravity. And to the extent you don't feel comfortable on your back, please move. It is not prenatal safe to be on your back too long. your arms overhead, even maybe stretching to one side or the other. Maybe walking your arms to one side, keeping your shoulder down, not twisting, but just stretching the side body as we open up the hips. Bringing your knees together, slowly and gently in a supported way so you don't feel lightheaded. You can bring yourself up to comfortable seated position. From this comfortable seated position, we'll continue to stretch out our hips. And we can do this by putting our feet together in cobbler's pose and also giving a little self foot massage. And what I like to say in our children's yoga class is try to have your feet together and read it like a book. Oh, what does this book say? This book says, congratulations for honoring yourself and doing this workout today, prioritizing you. Not only are you getting the benefits of exercise, but you're also getting the knowledge and empowerment of becoming a certified yoga teacher and being able to give that gift to others. Even if you don't intend to practice as a yoga teacher, just having the knowledge manifests itself in little ways. So reading your feet like a book, honoring yourself. From here, you can draw your feet inward and use this as a way to sort of continue that spinal flexibility and the hula that we did in the beginning. Noticing how you feel now as compared to the beginning of the class. Do you feel any looser? Are there any changes? Do you feel more connected to your body? Sometimes I like it when the body parts touch, the feet touching, the hands touching the feet. Sometimes just physically making a connection to your body, like placing your hands on your feet, that also can have far-reaching benefits in helping us connect to our body and listen to our body. One of my fitness coaches told me that every injury starts as a whisper, and that resonated. And so now when I feel a little bit of a whisper, that is a sign to ease off. So I encourage you to listen to those whispers in your body. Sharp shooting pain is never good. Generally, when you're sore equally on both sides, it means that you're sore. When you have discomfort on just one side of your body, that is a red flag that might be an injury. And when you give something attention to let it heal, if it is getting better a little bit every day, that is a good sign. And when pain or discomfort increases with time, that is not a good sign. I'm not a doctor. Nothing herein shall be construed as medical advice, but these are just some tips, yoga teacher to yoga teacher trainee tips. Let's inhale our arms up and exhale, forward fold, letting the back curve, relaxing the neck, shaking it no, shaking it yes, and just falling into this. If you're further along in your pregnancy and it feels good to have a blanket or bolster, feel free.
as you lean forward, bring your attention to your breath. Not trying to control your thoughts, but trying to guide them back to your breath. While you're here, you can walk the hands to one side, really allowing that side body to stretch. Not tweaking or twisting your torso, but just reaching and stretching. We can walk our hands to the other side, stretching in the same manner. Not twisting, but just stretching. Always remembering to breathe. Coming up, we'll shake out the legs a little bit, bend the knees, and just like we did this wide-legged forward fold, we can do this seated, and what we'll try to do is have a straight back. So you can bend your knees as much as you want, and thinking about a flat back, maybe stretch one leg or the other leg or both legs, really thinking about lifting up and forward. Then you can exhale and let it bend. The wide-legged forward fold can be more comfortable if you're showing, have a belly. If the belly is still touching the ground, you can sit on a block or a bolster, a pile of laundry, whatever is convenient. And here we'll breathe and release, stretching out the upper back, the lower back, the hamstrings, the whole backside body. This is also a nice alternative to forward fold if people don't want to be upside down. You can bring the legs in closer for a deeper stretch, and also you can kind of shimmy like one leg out and then the other. To the extent it feels good to you, you can use a non-flexible belt, like really just even like a belt that you wear. You don't need a fancy yoga belt like this, but the idea is that a belt is different than a band. A lot of clients I have tell me, oh yeah, I have the exercise bands. So the exercise bands can be great, but those are different. So a belt allows you to build your biceps, triceps, depending on how you're holding it, because a belt is not stretchy. So we don't use stretchy bands. They can be great, but that's not my skill set. So my skill set is focused on the inflexible belt, which again, you don't need to buy anything. You can just use a regular belt. And the idea is that I like to have a 2-for-1. And so when we use an inflexible belt, not only are we getting a hamstring stretch, but with our arms like this, we're getting a bicep stretch. Not a bicep stretch, a bicep workout. And so I like the idea of building strength at the same time as we build flexibility. This also enables you to maximize your stretch, even if you can't touch your toes, because you can adjust the belt length, to any level. You can even use a rope, anything that's not flexible. So you can be creative and find things around the house. If you have a large towel, you could even grip onto the sides of a towel. So you want to use a belt, you can. You also can grab onto your feet and just have them bent and just use gravity to have it slide out at your convenience. So props, sometimes can be helpful, but they're never necessary. I love to remind clients that yoga was invented before props were invented. You don't even need a mat. You just need the ground. So on Earth, we're grounded. This is not zero gravity space. So you always have the ground beneath you. And so you always have an opportunity to practice yoga. You don't need anything else besides you, your breath, and the ground. So here we'll continue this forward fold stretch. You could do it as a straddle, or you can do it with your legs together, depending on the comfort of your belly. You can also do it with a yoga belt or a towel, something to increase your muscles. If you want to work your upper body muscles and you are holding onto your feet, then bend your elbows. By bending your elbows, you're working the muscles. So we'll take some time here because stretching takes time. And if you're uncomfortable, you know that you can always go back into child's pose or a pose that's comfortable for you. Easy seat as well. From here, we'll shake out the legs a little bit and come into double pigeon on one side. So in double pigeon, we will try to keep one leg at a right angle, our other leg at a right angle, our feet flexed. And from here, we can stretch the side body again and see if we feel any differences from the beginning of class. Stretch, 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 and release. Stretch, 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 and release. Exhale on the other side. Back flat as if it's flat against the wall. Stretch, 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 and release. Stretch, 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 and release. Noticing if there's any difference as we've revisited this stretch throughout the duration of the class. With an inhale, we can come up and rotate our head and neck around. Again, trying to release not only the neck, but try to draw space between the neck's connection to the shoulders. Using your breath to encourage release. You can now rotate the neck on the other side. Focusing your attention on your breath. As thoughts enter, trying to observe them as if they're a movie, not respond or react, not trying to control them, but just noting them and returning your attention to your breath. From here, we can shake out our double pigeon on that side and do the double pigeon on the other side. With our legs at a right angle, feet flexed. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, leaning our body to one side for a side body stretch. On the other side, coming up. From double pigeon, we can inhale our arms up and walk our hands forward. Coming back up and shaking it all out. I'm going to invite you to take a comfortable seated position, or it can be lying back if you're not too far along on your pregnancy. And I'm going to end with a brief meditation. You guys all did great today, so good job on that. Now, this is a guided meditation for panic attacks. A lot of times when our body is changing in pregnancy, that triggers a sense of a loss of control. And sometimes our reaction when we feel out of control is to panic. And this meditation is a tool to help with that. This guided meditation is ideal for when you are experiencing a panic attack. Oh, I want to say very clearly, nothing here is considered medical advice, and definitely consult a doctor, especially if you're pregnant. So, I understand panic attack can be a medical term of art. So in this sense, when we use this word, we're just talking about it in general layman's terms as part of a yoga teacher training that has the expectation of not even coming close to medical advice. So this is just a guide in layman's terms. Become aware of your physical position at the moment that you feel stressed. It doesn't matter if you are sitting, standing, or lying down. Just become aware of the place your body is. If you want to make some changes for better comfort, you may stretch and then sit down comfortably. So here we invite you to find a comfortable seated position, or laying down, or whatever's comfortable. Feel free to grab props or blankets to cushion or contour your body in a way that feels prenatal safe. Right now, you might feel like your life is in danger. And it's okay to feel this way. Okay, I'm going to say another disclaimer. If you really feel that your life is in danger, then call 911 or consult a doctor, but don't rely on this video. This video is designed for healthy people to get a prenatal teaching degree. This video is not to help people with medical issues. It's just to give some general knowledge so a yoga teacher can teach a basic prenatal yoga class, not even for high-risk pregnancy. But because anxiety is such a major part of pregnancy for so many people, we offer this meditation. It's okay to feel the way you feel. This is how your body and mind is responding to this moment, here and now. It is neither right nor wrong. I know that you are feeling scared and panicked, but the panic feelings will pass. Do you feel as if you can't breathe properly? You may be breathing in a good amount of air, but you might not be breathing out enough. The good news is that we can fix this now. Part your lips slightly and slowly push air from your system through your lips as if you are whistling. Pay attention to how the air whistles out of your lungs completely. Now take a deliberate breath in. Can you feel how the air fills your lungs without any effort? Breathe out again through your mouth slowly, pushing the air out. Keep taking deep breaths. Keep inhaling deeply and slowly pushing the breath out through your mouth. Now allow your body to adapt to its natural rhythm of breathing. In case you are feeling like your breathing is becoming strained again, become more deliberate about ensuring that you are exhaling completely. You are safe and in no danger at all. Panicking is a horrible feeling and you may feel physically uncomfortable, but that is all there is. Just a feeling. You are in no danger. Now bring your attention to your body. Feel as your shoulders drop to their natural position and the muscles around them become relaxed. Are you clenching your jaw? Loosen your jaw a bit and allow it to relax. Let your tongue rest between your lower set of teeth. Part your lips slightly so that they are not too tightly closed against each other. Notice how your heart rate feels. It is beginning to slow down. Soon, it will resume its normal rate. Notice your breathing is becoming deeper, calmer, and quieter. Allow yourself to relax. Listen to the following affirmations. They will help your thoughts to calm down. I know that I am safe. I have the ability to overcome panic feelings. I am aware that these panic feelings cannot harm me. I am okay and safe, even when my heart is racing. I am calm. I can envision what relaxation feels like. I can envision my whole body feeling centered. I am safe and calm. I know that I am safe and calm. I have the ability to overcome panic feelings. I am aware that these panic feelings cannot harm me. I am okay and safe, even though my heart is racing. I am calm. I can envision what relaxation feels like. I can envision my whole body feeling centered and relaxed. I am safe and calm. Now begin to count backwards from 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95 at your own pace. In this moment, here and now, you are safe. Allow yourself to get calm. Now pay attention to your breathing. Do not adjust your breathing, but notice as you breathe in and as you exhale. Start to count your breaths, and when you lose count, simply start from the beginning. Start to count each complete breath. A complete breath is made up of one inhale and a subsequent exhale. Continue to notice and count each breath. You are now calm and relaxed. You are now calm and relaxed. You are now calm and relaxed. Let your body and mind continue to relax and calm down. When you feel ready, you can open your eyes and familiarize yourself with your surroundings. Maybe you wiggle your fingers, Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your nose. And have a sense of where you are, having gratitude for your practice today, taking time to honor your body in pursuit of a prenatal yoga teaching degree. May the light in me be the light in you. Namaste. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much for your patronage, and we really appreciate your support at ShareLove.Fund.